So here's the issue, because I've been going back and forth, kind of debating with people about the immigration, the birthright citizenship executive order, and I kind of laid out a scenario that, hey, this is the argument that could be made, and it's actually a pretty compelling argument. And a lot of people are throwing out all these, but what if, but what if, but what if? You're kind of proving my point. Because the broader point is none of this stuff is defined anywhere. The 14th Amendment just says you have to be under the jurisdiction of the United States. It does not define what the fuck that means. The definition that we go by now, that we just assume is ironclad, was set in Wong Kim Ark. That basically just said, you know, if you're a foreign dignitary or you're part of an occupying force or an invading army, you're not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. That doesn't mean that those are the only circumstances. The rest of it is wide open. There is no big body of case law. It's not like there's 200 years of fucking case law here. It's not like there's over 100 years of case law regarding the First Amendment since the incorporation in 1923. There's no precedent to go by. There's no federal law to go by that defines any of these things. Since that case, we have all just generally taken it that, okay, we're all on the same page and treated it the same way. But there's no legal definitions there to go by. That opens the door for a lot of technical arguments. That opens the door to get off into the weeds about, well, what about this? What about this? What if this? What if this? And let me give you an example of what I mean. Let's take this circumstance and put it in reverse and put it in a different context. Let's say me and my wife go to China for work, and we've got an authorization to work in China for a year for our company. And she gets pregnant, and she has the baby in China. And now our 1-year authorization to be in China is up, and we go to leave. What if the Chinese government says, hey, baby stays, baby's Chinese, it was born here, baby's Chinese, you got to go because you're not authorized, but baby stays here, it's Chinese. What happens? What happens? What does the law say about that? What does the law say about that? If we do the same thing in reverse, what does the law say about that? What authority does the U.S. government have to step in because wasn't born on U.S. soil, wasn't subject to U.S. jurisdiction? Is that a U.S. citizen? I am. My wife is. Is the baby? Devil's in the fucking details, huh? None of this shit is defined in law anywhere, is it? Is that child under U.S. jurisdiction? All of a sudden shit gets a lot more complicated, and now all of a sudden you have to start really getting into some nitty-gritty details, and there's a lot of fucking room to make legal arguments about all this stuff, and nobody knows what's right or wrong. You're gonna have to fucking make an argument and prove your case, and that's gonna be up to the Supreme Court. Because none of this shit is written down anywhere. We just take it for granted and assume that this is how it is, but it's never been written down, has it?